Hello and welcome back to another pick a card reading. This pick a card reading is about the journey ahead, so it should fit any situation you might find yourself in. And as always, we have our three groups here, with group 1 on the left, 2 is in the middle, and 3 is on the right. The timestamps for each group will be in the description box below, along with the cards that I'm using. And there's also a link to my scheduling page and my Facebook page if you'd like to follow me there or book a reading. Those details are in the description box as well, and I'll leave you with your decision. I hope you enjoy your reading. Hey group 1, and welcome to your reading. If you chose the pink aura quartz, this one's for you. Another beautiful choice from my son. He wanted all pink today, same with the cards. And your reading is so pink. There's a lot of pink. So that might be a special color for you right now, or perhaps a color that you could use to imagine coming in through your auric field and through your body to help bring a bit more softening and peace. So this crystal is about dissolving anger and coming to the realization that there is a higher vibrational love available to you in life, within yourself, within your way of relating. And it's about moving through the fear, I feel, and releasing lower vibrational energies and behavioral things, coming back into love and dissolving a bit of anger and frustration. So we're going to start with the bottom deck energy, the 5 of Pentacles today. This is the Pastel Journey Tarot. It's a new one to the collection. Absolutely stunning. It's really sweet colors. They're so pretty. The link will be below if you're interested in this deck. So 5 of Pentacles in the underlying energy of feeling perhaps a little displaced, a little left in the cold, abandoned, like something has not worked out here and you've been left at a loss and not sure what to do, where to turn, how to think, how to feel perhaps as well. So it's really perhaps, quite a challenging time as you connect to this reading, but it is going to lift. Let's just start with the past energy for you, and I'll also speak on what signs I can see here. Libra is here and so is Aries. I see Leo, Cancer. Yeah, that's the main energies today. So we're going to start with the Fool and Judgment here in the past energy. We've also got the Princess of Swords, the Emperor, and the 5 of Cups. I'll get to them. So it feels like it's a pretty, entangled situation that you are coming out of. Perhaps you've been guided to take a different path. You've been guided to take a risk or take a leap. Perhaps this has happened outside of your control and you've been pushed in this direction. But it is certainly time to move through the release of something, because you're aware that something better is on the horizon here. And there needs to be some shifts and changes. There needs to be a release of certain things that hold you back. And I think you know what they are. There's some sort of complication here. This could be somebody you're dealing with, like a relationship. It could be a job, a boss, or something like this. With the Emperor energy, it could be an authority that has made a decision for you, or it's greatly affected you as well. I can see here, if this is a relationship breakdown, that there's been a lot of perhaps spying or information sharing or information gathering on one person. So perhaps it was you, or perhaps it was this other person you've dealt with, where they've been sort of gaining information, and it feels like a spreading of perhaps misinformation here as well. I feel like you are really doing all that you can at the moment to gain the wisdom, the insights, the mindset that you need to move through this and step back into your power. But at the same time, I feel such a mix in your energy. In one moment, you know it's time to step into your power, and then the other half of you is still releasing a great sadness, and you need to honor that as well. And it just, so some hours, some days, some minutes, I feel like there's going to be a real contrast between what you're experiencing from each hour, one day to the next, 1 hour to the next, perhaps. Because where you're finding yourself in this present moment is perhaps in the 5 of Cups energy, so feeling a great sense of loss and sadness and redirection, sort of really trying to gather as much information and insight as you can as to how to move forward back into your power or find an opportunity within this change. I feel like you've known for a while now, I'm getting that this redirection is upon you. I don't think it's been a big surprise. For some people it may be, but it does feel like you've been aware of this and it's a long time coming. Yeah. Just have a little peek over here. Yeah, look, we've got the King of Cups to confirm the Emperor, just having a little whiz over there. So yeah, it's definitely a situation that there was a lot of love involved here, or a lot of emotional investment, a lot of depth of connection, but it is feeling like that's come to a loss, or it's, yeah, lots to process, it seems. You may also need to actually, I'm getting here for some people, Judgment, Emperor, Princess of Swords. You may need to gather some information yourself to take the steps to move forward, to either secure another job, perhaps secure your home, your life. There's something here about needing and maybe an authority to step in and help you, or you to perhaps abide by either a higher authority is in your higher self, or perhaps there's some sort of authority that needs to be respected, I feel. Okay, so let's move into the current energy. It is so much nicer, let me tell you. We've got the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles on either side of the Ace of Wands. So I feel like multiple things in this. This is time for you, as you're coming out of. This is probably where you might be feeling at the time of connecting to this reading, or maybe over the last couple of days, or just processing the loss and moving through the emotions. Perhaps I feel as well some people might be running to things to numb the pain, but I feel as well that is being highlighted for you anyway, and you realize that you're going to need to take control of this situation for yourself and make some really healthy choices, because there's a lot of work on an internal level right now to process some experiences, and I feel to transmute some heavier energies as well. So the beautiful Queen of Pentacles, it's like I feel here a softening in your heart. I feel this is a return to your practices of self-care and channeling spirit, becoming more connected to your mystic energy, connected more to your intuition, connected more to the flows and cycles of your day. So really coming back into power, back into self. For some, this is about somebody that is coming to help you with a great deal of compassion and care. I feel like you are there to help you too. I feel like you take the steps first, and then the universe comes in to bless you with support and assistance from unexpected ways. I'm really getting here things that your intuition leads you to, or just synchronicities. Perhaps the assistance is just your choice, followed by alignment and support from the universe in miracle ways. I just do feel that there's some little blessings and miracles are on the path ahead, perhaps this week ahead, to help you know that you are supported, and this is, as hard as it may be, the right direction ahead and forwards for you. I'm just noticing the little sticky man there. That is my son's decoration, and it must stay. Also very pink, so lots of pink feelings in this reading. Another pink card over to my side here. Pink. All right. Yeah, I really do feel like meditating with the color pink is perhaps helpful for you, or maybe noticing pink in your environment is a sign in some way. Anyway, yes, this is definitely a time to step back into your creative energy. Yeah, exactly. Sacral chakra has come out in one of the cards as well. So perfect for this Ace of Wands here. Stepping back into creativity and self-expression. Maybe I'm feeling like a bit of a glow up energy here, getting the energy back, getting the flow back, just getting back in touch with you, your inner being, and what it means to be present in your day as well. I'm feeling like just connected to your children if you have children, being at play, being at rest, and in just really taking the time to heal. I feel with the Queen of Pentacles, it's like you've stepped into this respecting your own cycle and where you're at right now, and you're willing to just surrender and be there as you move through that. And it's through surrender, letting go, and just being where you are that you find that power, you find that rejuvenation energy, that you're ready to step forward and receive, I feel as well, receive some help, some support, some love, maybe even just a friend to speak with or something just simple like this. It doesn't need to be like anything too major, it just does feel quite gentle. All right, let's move over to the challenge. I've got lots of wands in the challenge, okay? So, yeah, all right. Really needing to be grounded this week, really needing to be in the body. So I'm feeling like breath work is going to be helpful, exercise is going to be helpful, anything to really bring you into that body. Any practices at all, really. Creativity, dance, yoga, going for a run, whatever. So the challenge here, 10 of wands, 8 of wands, 3 of wands, right? The challenge feels like you've just at this time, like this is going to, I really feel this is going to lift. This challenge is just present today. Maybe tomorrow too, maybe, I don't know, everyone's a little different. I feel like this challenge is going to lift quicker than you realize. Now, it does seem like there's just too much to carry right now and you're not sure how to move on, how to move forward, what to do next. Just holding on to way too much and it's slowly falling off. In the path ahead, we've got the Ace of Wands, right? So it does really speak to dropping the 10, dropping this expectation that you need to be further ahead on the path than you currently are and surrendering to what you are, where you're at now and what the opportunity is that's available to you within this moment. Doing what you can with what you've got, not expecting more from self or projecting yourself further down the line. It's truly letting go and accepting where you are and being here now. That's where your power is. So the challenge is to let go of all that you're carrying, to let go of the past, to let go of your need to say the last thing or your need for closure in a situation, because it may be that you don't have closure here. The 5 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. It feels like this situation has really knocked you for quite some time. It feels very inconsistent for some time. And I'm being guided to say that you need to look at your own choices over the journey of this rockiness and where maybe there's been a lack of responsibility on your part or boundaries or just truly believing that you can say no or speak up, or I feel like some of this has been enabled for too long. Just get that energy. Maybe not for everyone. I just do feel like it's been inconsistent for some time here. Unstable. So you're really wanting to move forward. You've got this path ahead that's opening up to you. It's like that really can be very uncomfortable period of time between releasing the past and opening up to the unknown of the future. There may be travel restrictions here as well for you with the the 8 of Wands, that you're having to wait a little longer before something can go ahead. This could all be a big challenge for you where you're really wanting to move forward, but it's just time to be where you're at right now. And let's go into what will help with that, because it does just speak further into it, of course. With the Princess of Pentacles, the 8 of Swords, and the beautiful Sun. Okay, so look at this person in the middle here. She's really trapped. She's feeling so helpless and stuck. I feel like some people here might be waiting for someone or divine intervention, I'm feeling, but or through that, someone to come and maybe rescue you or save you or change something or help you in some way. But there's more power, and I think you really know this. I feel like this is where you're at right now, is processing the power of your choices and that you actually have what it takes to grow from this. There's actually a really great opportunity. I feel like you're in the process of analyzing self's behavior, all of these things that help you realize where you get stuck in life or where relationships entangle you and where you lose your power or give your power away. The light is being shed on this helplessness, this stuckness that's not real, it's illusion. You're not really stuck with the 8 of Swords. You truly have what it takes to move out of this. With the Princess of Pentacles and the Sun on either side, it's like what will help is you seeing that there's a great opportunity within this moment to identify behavioral patterns and relationships and energies that just don't match your frequency anymore. You're aware of this, you've outgrown this, and it's time to step further onto your path, into healing, into the light, and seeing the opportunity that's truly available here. Like, really, I feel like this is you digging deep into your own psyche. I see that there's potential for moving in through healing modalities to help you with this as well. For some people, you may need external help. I can sort of see that in the future energy there. There's the healing, and there's the mystic energy, the healing energy, the just really truly connected to source. And that may come through the assistance of a practitioner or some sort of friend or support. Perhaps you're doing it yourself. I see all sorts of healing modalities here that could be really helpful in identifying your core wounds, abandonment wounds being triggered here, I do feel, and how you can grow from that and really come and send that part of you some healing and acceptance, and really acknowledge it and become very aware of that tendency so that it's not repeated and you can grow from it, giving it some love. So I just do feel a bit of like really deep sort of therapies, like deep hypnosis or kinesiology, or those therapies that really tap right in without needing to go over a long period of time. Really intense sort of session might be of benefit for you to get to the core, because this is such an opportunity within this moment. You are really needing to be very grounded at this time though, and spend a bit more time out indoors as well, out of your head and into your body is the big message I'm seeing here. Definitely time to come back into this driver's seat of your day, and not let the constant stream of thoughts that are not you go past and you're identifying with them or connecting to them. You can just let them go through. I feel like mantra will be really important right now as well. So it's a bit intense for group 1, you can see. Let's move into further guidance with the 2 of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, beautiful energy. I feel like if you are someone who's lost a relationship or a friend group or a social circle or a companion of some kind, maybe it's even a job that felt so fulfilling to you, you can see the further guidance here is that there is more companionship on the way for you, and that it will come in slowly. These are things that you will align to. These are people that you will align to. We've also got the Magician and the 9 of Swords here as well. So it really is about, I think, setting some personal goals here in regards to how you wish to connect and what you wish to draw in the future, the types of energies you wish to surround yourself with. I feel like your dreams are giving you some really strong messages right now. 9 of Swords, Magician. There's a lot to be unpacked within your dreams. If you're remembering them, maybe perhaps write them down or share them with somebody who can help interpret them as well. That can be really helpful. And I feel as well it would be really beneficial as well to, depending on your work schedule and life schedule, but to try and get up early and really get a bit of routine in your day so that you're not up late and sort of waking up feeling drained and not getting that rest that you need. Sleep is really important for you at this moment, because you really are moving through a great deal of energy, a great deal of spiritual shift and change, mental and emotional release. It's a very internal time for you, so being in your body and grabbing control where you can would be very beneficial at the moment. Speaking with friends, sharing with friends, just taking it really slowly. I feel like there's someone that will come along to give you help if they're not already here, trying to assist you and help you. But yeah, it does feel like if you're, I think the more structure you have in your day at the moment, the more you're actively trying to be conscious of your thinking patterns, maybe using mantra to soothe and realign those thoughts if they are spiraling, and then coming back into the body, releasing that mind clutter altogether and not identifying with any thinking if that's possible. It can be really hard. Sometimes breath work really helps. Deep breaths into the belly, expanding that belly right out, holding it perhaps 4 seconds, whatever you want to, and then releasing it, holding it again. There's so lots of different things. I'm here seeing the tongue drum now. It's a very therapeutic instrument, so maybe music is what's going to help you as well, playing an instrument or just tending to your creative self. What else I want to say here? So yeah, I do feel as well, the more you engage in your day in ways that really ground you, and maybe even burn a bit of energy if that's necessary or needed, then you will sleep better and not be so inclined to either have rough sleep or be up late overthinking, those sorts of worries. Because there is anxiety here, but I also see that you have what it takes to find your power in this moment. Like, you're identifying a part of you that doesn't belong anymore. Something you don't want to connect with anymore. And so the Magician here tells me that it's like you really are just ready to level up to the higher love, higher knowings, connecting to that and not being trapped to your thoughts or trapped to any given situation that makes you feel helpless. So further out in the outcome energy, we've got the Two of Swords, the Four of Swords, okay, and then the Chariot, which is a relief to see. So we're moving through this together, all right? Two of Swords is an indecision energy. We know that. It's a blocked energy. So right now you might not be so willing to let too many people in. You may just want to shut out the world and have a lot of rest. You're needing to catch up on that sleep, and you will get that. Go easy. Give yourself the time to move through this. The sun is going to come out again. The dawn of a new day will come. It's just one step at a time this week, and really being there for yourself to identify some of these thoughts that hold you back, scarcity mindset, rejection type thoughts, things that come from the rejection wound of I'm not enough or not good enough or whatever else stems from that wound that you know isn't true. I am affirmation and mantra feels really important. If that's not something you've connected with before, I highly suggest you do learn. Ram Dass brought me into mantra, I am loving awareness. It's a beautiful one. A very powerful life-changing practice is mantra, and I feel it will be really beneficial right now. I had a strange one just come to me randomly the other day as I was picking up my son from school. It was, I am beautiful, I'm strong, I'm capable. I don't know, just spirit slammed it in my head and I just kept repeating it, and it really helped in that moment. It's not like anything I really needed, it came through, so I connected and used it. Just your spirit's guides will give you what you need in that way. If you're open to it, I feel like that's important. And to also block out other people that are not so helpful right now. You know who they are. People that maybe trigger extra fear in you or don't really help you step back into your power, and just getting there might be someone there. You don't really need that energy right now. So yeah, lots of mantra, affirmation and self-care. So in the, archetypes, the ones that'll help or where it's at for you perhaps. We've got networker and seeker. Pretty nice energy. I feel that for this group being mystics and intuitives. Enhances through unity through sharing of information, engenders social awareness and empathy. Look, the situation you've been through here, what you're moving through, gives you a whole other wealth of experience and knowledge again. So as you're done processing this, I feel like you're going to have a lot more to share, a lot more understanding of behavioural types perhaps, and your own inner workings as well. We've got seeker, thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. The shadow attribute is inability to commit to a path once found, and just feeling called to point that one out. So that might be for you, that perhaps you may start on these journeys of self-care and then become derailed or distracted for whatever reason. I feel like there is a sense of commitment that is needed, commitment to self, commitment to believing in you and letting go of everything external. Where was it? I saw it somewhere. I'll find it. It'll come up. Anyway, let's move into oracle cards. So I really love these. They're so beautiful. We have I am a healer, number 32. Being a 5 marks a great deal of change. It's time to step into this change. Change is uncomfortable. I accept uncomfortable. Beautiful mantra. Change is uncomfortable. I accept uncomfortable. I can do this. I got this. You are a healer. And right now you're needing to give those wonderful talents, abilities to yourself. we've got I am ready. And the imagery really does speak volumes here as well, because it's a kind of bit like the Two of Swords, like, oh, I know I have to do this. It's the time, you feel it's crunch time I'm getting, but it's also very daunting, and you've got this, okay? Next card is another 5. We have I'm responsible for my life. And what a blessing that is. Now the self-love prompts and then higher self messages. We've got the sacral chakra, we spoke about this. There's a lot of spiritual channeling going on for you. Maybe you do readings and healing yourself, giving a bit of that to you. I'm also getting for some people that when you feel helpless, it's important to help others. And that might be something that helps sort of, it's like I'm getting like a bit of a shock to the system, sort of a bit of a, like almost for some people that didn't even cross your mind, but then you go and do that and it actually really does help. Anyway, we have meditation. Definitely a lot of cards here about that. Quieting the mind. Quiet the mind and let your soul speak. Again, breath work feels important. We've got create a routine. Having a routine helps limit procrastination and give you structure. Definitely feeling that. Feeling like time to maybe write some goals down, maybe even a vision board. Set relationship goals. This is to do with friends, relationship to yourself as well. Like, how do you want to show up for you? A lot of our relationships are a mirror of the one we have with ourselves. So if you're wanting someone to show up and really value your health or value your opinions or, you know, respect you, then all of these things must be developed within the relationship to you. So a real deep connection, deepening of the connection with self is really happening right now. It's holding, letting go of one and holding on to yourself, it feels. And getting clear about what you would like in connections as you move forward as well. Glow up. Take a day to spoil yourself. If it makes you beautiful, then do it. I do feel like this is more than just a day. I feel like this is just an ongoing process of treating yourself really well and clearing the mind of all these heavy thoughts and feelings that you've got circulating up in there, and choosing to connect to a lightness and a release so that it does shine through your eyes and through the skin, and it shows from the inside what you're holding. So I feel like a glow up can be superficial and fun, but it's a lot more beautiful and effective when it starts on the inside. Gently, gently. Get more done. Eliminate distractions that aren't adding value to your day. Maybe a to-do list, quite simple as it seems, would be really helpful. You don't have to put much on there. Perhaps just getting out of bed and taking a little walk today and cooking one nutritious meal. Well, maybe that's all you put on there, and that's plenty. Perhaps that's all you can comprehend or take on right now. That's fine. Your to-do list doesn't mean you have to really push yourself to exhaustion or do things that you're just not ready for. Just one step at a time, coming back into treating you well and being grounded and just accepting, back to that original message of acceptance of this redirection or this new journey here. So nothing, that's the card I wanted to see before. There's nothing outside of you that can fulfill you. There's a path you're meant to be on. Trust it. Trust this change. If all you're doing is waiting for the really big moments, you won't value and appreciate the small ones. I do feel like it is time to work from the ground up on the details of life. Own your time and give it meaning. Same thing, don't let it pass you by. Be careful who and what you surround yourself with. If you are releasing an old connection, it's advised to no longer watch readings about them or anything. Disconnect from that and plug back into yourself. If this is toxic friends with bad advice, then same goes, you know, don't connect with that so much and just connect in with your own truth right now. That's what will shine most brightly, and it's kind of all that you need at the moment. You will find your place in the world even when you don't know how. I see that unfolding for you. There's so much optimism just on the edge of this. Like you're coming through a tunnel or a storm or something, but you're on the precipice of a new beginning, and it does look bright. It does look a lot easier. It looks a lot softer. That's the 10 of Cups. the Ace of Cups, perhaps new love. I saw the King of Cups there too, so it could be a beautiful new companion coming into your life that brings you a great deal of happiness, and the world is there as well. So maybe you are that companion, maybe it comes in many forms, maybe it's an animal companion, you know, just either way, the path ahead does really lighten, and you are moving into a new place, a new direction. If that was travel restriction over there in Challenge, then with the Chariot, after a period of whatever reason for waiting, divine timing, you know, that travel will go ahead by the looks of it. That message is pretty clear there. So it's just not at this time. Whatever delay has happened, it's not a forever thing. It's just in this moment, and we can move through it. So Group 1, I'm going to leave you beautiful people there. I hope you enjoyed that reading and it gave you some sort of comfort, clarity or guidance. And I look forward to reading for you all again soon. Bye, Group 1. Hey, Group 2, and welcome to your reading if you chose the beautiful rhodonite. Crystal than this one is for you. So rhodonite is, I probably speak about it a lot whenever this one's selected. And of course my son did a beautiful selection of pink today, which is all through the cards as well. And I'm going to say as well, starting that Group 1 and 2 are very similar in energy. So you may have been drawn to Group 1 as well. Maybe you've already watched Group 1 and 2 will have more for you. So yes, rhodonite, a very tender, self-loving stone, a stone of self-acceptance. I purposely chose the most flesh-like, dimple imperfection type of stone possible when choosing this one, because I felt like it was about accepting those parts of self that maybe you hide away or are harder to embrace. So it is a tender stone in that way. It's very personal, and I highly recommend working with rhodonite if you come across it or feel drawn to. Absolutely beautiful for self-acceptance and self-love in a really radical way. It's also used on bruising. You can see on Google Images, the rhodonite works when holding on bruises. There's lots of pictures of how it will alleviate that bruising. So it's also, I feel, is the stone for the tender soul. Somebody who's feeling maybe a little bruised inside, perhaps. Very beautiful, absolute favorite. Okay, so I'll jump into your reading, Group 2. The energies we have here, I can see Pisces, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Cancer, and Leo. Aquarius and Taurus as well. Okay, jumping in. Right, past energies. Fair few came out. Same as Group 1, like a big clump fell for the past energy and then the rest were pulled as normal. So yeah, there's a few things that are very similar in Group 1 and 2 in the way the cards were behaving and yeah, what's come out. So we're going to start with the King of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy here. We have the High Priestess, Ace of Pentacles and the Four of Swords all here together. See if I can hold them all together, that's good. So there's a couple of possibilities here for you. So this King of Swords, I first initially feel like this is something you've had to choose, or yeah, a decision you've had to make based in logic alone. You've had to, this decision could have been made for you by a higher authority. That could be the case, but I do feel like this is also based in a truth or a choice that you've made. So the choice here has led you in a different direction perhaps, but it is divinely guided. It may be really hard to accept whatever this change is, but there's an opportunity within it as well. You've definitely, using logic in this, in the path forward and in the recent past, like this is recent past energy, you may be finding yourself currently in the Four of Swords energy, so a bit restful and contemplative of the path ahead, just really taking the time out to reassess and think about things and rest your body as well. I'm getting you might be a little bit tired or maybe under the weather at the moment and you're just needing a bit of rest. If the universe has pushed you into a time of rest or winter or something like that, just honor it and be there. That's okay. There's a lot to be said about destiny in regards to this change. So it's definitely leading you onto a path of purpose. There's new opportunity awakened here for you. I think you're already aware of this. The Ace of Pentacles is in the past energy. This opportunity to rest is happening for you. This opportunity as well is one that brings you out of perhaps groups or relationships that are no longer matching your frequency. It's time for you to really offer something different, or for the world to offer something different to you. This change is giving you more independence. It may also be a rise in money. That also, I can see a change here where it may be a pause in money before there's a rise in money. So this could be a change of jobs, where you're leaving one industry and entering another, or maybe you're leaving being a student and starting work, or maybe the other way around. Maybe you're stopping working so much so that you've got time to study. The point is, the choice you're making, the opportunity here in this change is based in logic, not so emotional. I mean, there could be emotions tied up in this situation. There's certainly a lot of passion. There is senses of grief and loss in regards to the change, but we'll get there. Mostly, I just feel opportunistic. Is that a word? Yep. That there's so much opportunity here in moving forward for you to see what else the world has to offer, what else you have to offer, and becoming more independent and connected to your magic, connected to your intuition. Lots of deep healing and logical thinking. This King of Swords feels like this guardian energy over you right now, and I do feel like it's a mixed bag. Like, I do feel it's based in a choice you've made, a fair, logical, clear choice. For others, it could be that this King of Swords is a choice being made for you, but again, with the High Priestess on the other side of that Nine of Pentacles, it's to say that this is happening for you, not to you. This is a blessing, even if you can't see that right now. There's a blessing in the need for rest. Maybe you really need the rest and you've been forced to, and that's a blessing in disguise somehow. It feels like a blessing in disguise that we've got here. I recently found out the other day that the Nine of Pentacles is actually Venus in Virgo energy, and I was so thrilled to hear that, because I always say how the Nine of Pentacles is like a favorite card of mine, and my Venus is in Virgo. God help me. But I just was so happy to hear that, because now I know why I love that energy so much, of the independence and just happy in your own lunchbox sort of thing. So whatever you're doing that's leading you to strike out on your own, whether that's hard to handle, a bit scary or whatever, it's happening for you, and it's going to bring you so much growth and a wealth of experience. A lot of opportunities to really tap into your innate abilities, your special talents, and really uncover talents that you didn't even know you have. That's where it's at, group 2. You are tapping into things you didn't even know that you were able to do. Okay, so that could be an expansion on what you've already got, or a whole different realm altogether. Let's move on into the current energy. Love it. The Sun. Okay, the Princess of Wands and the Fool. Beautiful. I love this deck, by the way. It'll be linked in the description box below. Isn't it so gorgeous? I do love it so much. Even the edges are beautiful holographic rainbows. You see it? Yeah. It's the Pastel Journey Tarot. Really loving it. All right. So, Sun, Princess of Wands, the Fool. Can you already read this for yourself? Beautiful. This is about you really just stepping onto the stage of your life here, trying new things, exploring, going on adventures, getting out in nature, learning new healing modalities, learning new creative outlets, trying new things, taking a leap of faith, going and meeting with like-minded people, or finding a bit more of a community. There's so much waiting for you on the path ahead, and it's going to bring you so much growth. It's like I see here a lot of potential for somebody who is going off to study something new, and that's very exciting. Or maybe you finished your study, like I said before, and you're bringing that deliverance into the world to become of service, to help be a guide perhaps as well. With the Princess of Wands energy, that is someone who is very talented and really ready to share and connect with other people and learn and grow at the same time, learn through their experiences. It's such a youthful, passionate energy, I feel, as you're moving ahead. And really, I get this, like, you're really proud of yourself too. I I feel like you're going to be really proud of what you're achieving, and I think a lot of people are going to see that as well, and I feel like it's going to shine through you and a lot of your own. I see the change you're going through right now is going to change like your exterior as well. I'm getting for a lot of you that there's going to be a glow up in that sense, and you've outgrown the old skin, the old life or something, and so it might be a little bit awkward at first, but you are going to really shine, and whatever this new investment is, this new passion, or maybe even starting again and just taking care of your health to get it back on track, it's going to really, really, really show through everything, right? And maybe I just feel like a tweak in your presentation. Maybe it's getting your hair changed differently or dressing differently just to match how you feel on the inside. And I want to actually point out these two cards, the what are they, Archetype cards? We got Angel and Goddess. Okay, like it's so beautiful. The feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality, helping those in need with no expectation of return. And what I'm getting as well from this energy, that you might also be changing your aesthetic from a more innocent one to maybe a more like sexy or sensual sort of energy. You may be wanting to express yourself in that way. I feel like a bit of a change in your vibe there from angel to goddess. Not to say that you're not an angel still, and there's a sweet innocence to your nature. I feel like you are someone who always wants to give guidance, give assistance, and you have a lot to give. High Priestess is here, the Sun, the Princess of Wands. You know, there's so many cards here that talk about your compassion. The underlying energy is the Princess of Cups, followed by the Strength card as well. So you, Leo's energy here now. This is a massive heart that you have. You have a massive heart, and you really do want to give to people, and you want to help people and be of service in a way that is really impactful. And I feel it's just a great sense of compassion and softness and friendliness. Friendship is a precious gift that you have to offer, I do feel. If someone is your friend, they are blessed, is what I'm getting. They really, I think that if you do have any friends, not everyone has a great circle at the moment, and maybe a change in that for you, but any friends you do have that you value, I'm sure they value you just as much. So don't doubt that if you did. I don't think so. New beginnings, leap of faith, moving, like this is time to be a bit more free of spirit and less bogged down. So if there's some sort of commitment you've freed yourself from, it's going to give you a lot more opportunity to experience so many different things. There's a whole path for truly opening up right now. So let's jump over to the challenge where we have the Hanged Man, the Eight of Swords, and the Chariot. Cancer's energy here. I don't know if I mentioned that before. Maybe I did. All right. Yeah, the challenge. The challenge, I feel, is probably within the Four of Swords a little bit, and the Eight of Swords as well. So it's like, this is a transition period. This is exact same sort of energy as group one. So maybe you want to watch both. Maybe this is enough. That's fine. But it's that same sort of energy where you're feeling a little trapped still, a little uncertain of how to move forward, or how to grow from this, or how to utilize your talents, or how to feel better to move forward, you know. The Hanged Man is asking you to see this as a blessing. Maybe you're not seeing it as a blessing yet. Maybe you're seeing it as a confinement or a punishment or a restriction, and that's not what it is. You are not being held back. You need to trust in the divine timing and the unfolding of things, and that this is happening for me, not to me. This is happening for me, not to me. Repeat that mantra, it's so powerful. Group one got a lot of recommendation about using mantra. This is happening for me, not to me. I'm exactly where I need to be right now. Thank you, Spirit. I'm exactly where I need to be right now. And keep speaking into that. Bring it softness, bring it love. I'm exactly where I need to be right now. Hold the heart, feel it. Ooh, so nice. Okay, really powerful. Using mantra for you right now. Yes, big time. Especially when we got the Sun, like that is optimism, right? That is the next card from where you're at now, from the Four of Swords to the Sun. So maybe stretching those legs again, getting outside, taking a walk, just to clear yourself, get moving, get that, you know, bit of stretching, bit of yoga, a bit of a yawn. Get right in there with the neck. Like really feel your body here as you come out of this Four of Swords and back out into optimism and growth and the Sun, and seeing seeing the life return, seeing the excitement return, seeing the opportunities, seeing the openness that's before you. I feel like there's a really big open landscape before you, and you can really just skip into that field. You don't need to go any which direction right now. It feels like, I feel like a bit of free range chook energy for you, and that's good. It's kind of a bit of just letting it move you at the moment. Just surrender, let it flow right now. The Chariot, so there is that sense of direction. We are moving forward, yes, with confidence though. The challenge is feeling confident about the path ahead. There's a lack of confidence here, but that's okay too. That is going to shift. It's going to shift in your experiences that are on the path ahead with that Princess of Wands. That is a more confident energy. The Fool is the energy of being a small fish, in a little pond, I feel. So there's a little bit of nerves about, maybe if you are stepping out with your business after a study and you're ready to deliver to the world, you're like, have I got what it takes to be super successful and impactful in the way that I'm helping my clients or in the work that I'm doing? There's a lot of self-doubt here it's not necessary. I'm exactly where I need to be right now. Trust that Spirit's guiding you and you are held. So yeah, a little lack of confidence, but that's all right. It's going to be fine. What's going to help with that? We've got a couple bit here. Temperance and the Nine of Swords. Well, speaks for itself. Surrender the anxiety, surrender the fear, get enough sleep, get enough rest. We've got the Three of Cups and the Ten of Cups as well. I love this. There's a lot to be said here. So this is about, friendship circles, or maybe of a workplace or a relationship, whatever it might be, that's maybe causing you a bit of anxiety, or you're not so certain, maybe you've left something behind and you're not so certain you're going to find your tribe or your place of belonging or anything like that, where you're meant to be next, to people that celebrate you and love you. That may be a concern that's not going to come, or you're going to be left wanting or anything like that. That's not the case if that was a fear. It is absolutely recommended to find new circles if that is the case, that you are isolated and don't have support or people that really lift you up. That is available to you, and you maybe just need to get out of your own way and let that go so that you can welcome in friendship and support. Maybe you've already got friends there and they want to help you, and it might be really beneficial to lean on them at this time and share some of your anxieties, because they want to celebrate you. I know people want to celebrate you. Maybe people you don't even know want to celebrate you. I feel like a whole crowd sees you or watches you in one way or another. Maybe you have a big social media presence, or maybe you have a really important role within your community or your home or your family. And so I know that there is support and love here. I feel that may not be for everyone. And if this is a case that you're finding yourself very alone and on the outside of that type of support, please do what you can to get out of your own way and let yourself move into or try new things. Meet new people it's hard at first sometimes to walk into new social groups, or just be that little fish in a big pond, but you will familiarize yourself and you will be welcomed, you will be celebrated. So just absolutely, with Nine of Swords, get out of your own head here, let go of the anxiety and the fear, give yourself I would say give yourself a round of applause. I don't know where that came from. So I think that might be important, to actually celebrate how far you've come and what you've come through with this King of Swords in your past energy. This could be a really hard situation with the King of Swords. It can be cold-hearted energy that you've had to deal with, and it may have left you, it may have forced you, in an uncomfortable way back into your own power. So as much as it may have been really uncomfortable, it's actually a blessing and happening for you. Okay, I've said that and I will say it again. Where are we going to go? Yeah, just really surrendering, letting go, and being where you're at right now, that knowing that trusting that the path ahead is going to lighten, and there's going to be a lot of new experiences coming in for you very soon. But right now, maybe you're just needing to tend to yourself and rest and recalibrate, readjust to whatever the change is. Maybe it's a whole lifestyle change, like I've touched on a few times. I'm not going to keep repeating it, but yeah, lots of growth, as scary as it might be. Further guidance we have here is the Five of Cups, the World, and the Six of Swords. Look at this, just this one alone. It's like you're turning your back on a whole world that was important to you, I feel. Whether that be a relationship, a community, or you've moved overseas, interstate. left a social circle behind that you no longer resonate with, whatever it is. There's a great sense of sadness in the world that you've had to leave behind, the end of an era sort of thing, the end of a really big chapter. And as much as there may have been toxicity or whatever pushed you out of it, you know, there's still a lot of beautiful memories attached, and that's why it's hard to release that. Or, you know, maybe you feel like the world's turned the back on you as well sometimes. It's a pretty hard energy, but where are we with the Six of Swords on the other side? It's like, I kind of see how she's just floating there as well. It's sort of, it does give me the energy of stillness, all of these pictures actually. Even though it's an ending and a new beginning, there's this period of stillness that you need to just embrace and just fall into. It's okay. We are leaving behind chaotic energy, things that are just don't resonate with you anymore. You're moving into a lot more of a calm and peaceful, harmonious time in life. It may be a little boring at first perhaps, or a little bit open. Maybe if you're just starting your business, you haven't got many clients yet, so it's quite quiet. There can be so many examples of what, you know, and how it could be showing up like this, but I think it's just time to let yourself be moved away from the chaos, the turmoil, the change, all of it, right? And just gracefully move into this new time. I'm just being called to pick up this card now. Own your time and give it meaning. Don't let it pass you by. So while I do feel like it's an open field a fair bit for you, and there's no real need to push in any major direction yet, maybe there is. I kind of feel like it's like, just go at your own pace. But obviously towards the direction you know you should or want to go. Own your time, give it meaning. So don't dwell too much perhaps in the loss and the sadness, and just allow yourself to be moved. If your schedule's opened up, then allow that to be so. Embrace that period of silence, of rest, of contemplation and meditation. But you are definitely turning your back on a world of sadness, I feel here, or something that has made you feel very sad, and moving on into something completely new and a lot more peaceful and calm. Maybe you're still trying to figure out what it is you want to move on to, but you just know that you can't stay in the past anymore. That door is closed. And I think it's very important to not dwell on what's on the other side of it, but rather look ahead to the horizon before you and start to envision. If you can't envision, then just start small with yourself, and like owning your time, giving it meaning through creative endeavors, or mindfulness practices and spiritual practices as well. Queen of Wands is that spirit energy. It is channeling, it's connected, it's in the flow of life, and it's just really feeling like even when the wind comes through, you don't, it's not just a breeze, you feel it connect with it. You may even be kissed by the wind. Like, it's that sort of sensual connection to life that I feel coming in for you. All right, where are we? I think the way that you're growing right now as well, whatever changes are happening, maybe you're a pregnant woman and your belly is starting to swell, and you're really enjoying that radiance. Like, I'm getting this beauty in the transformation you're in, and however it is, angel to goddess, whatever it is, there's some sort of blossoming happening here, whether you feel that way about it yet or not. Judgment, death, and the Three of Pentacles in our outcome, a gorgeous energy. So here we go, Judgment. Look how scornful she actually looks. It's like, I'm not too impressed with this change. I didn't really want to do this. I wasn't ready for this. Or, you know, it can be like, or maybe you're being a little harshly critical on yourself. I do kind of feel like it's more to do with like, oh, I wasn't really ready for this change, this ending with death. This through the Three of Pentacles, like it could be a change in the people you work with, or yeah, lots of different things. But this is outcome energy as well. So I do want to read it as that. And so it's a redirection and a change of lifestyle here, right? A change of almost everything. Like, if there's any changes you wish to incorporate into your life and world and lifestyle and mind and body and whatever, now is the time, I would say. At the time of this recording, although it's timeless, we have got Saturn, Mars and Venus all together in Aquarius. So that's a bit of a concoction when it comes to achieving our goals and striving to move forward and find responsibility and structure in our life. So if you look at what house Aquarius is for you, it could give an indication of where these changes are happening as well. Astrology is a beautiful way to check into where we're at and, you know, how to work with the changes, how to navigate what energies are moving through our chart. So anyway, death. Three of Pentacles. See, death is all about that Scorpio energy of transformation, isn't it? It's a death and endings. It's Pluto energy. So I feel like the type of groups you move into from here is going to be transformational, not only on a personal level, but a global level. Like you're going to affect the people around you in the community or in your workplace, or how you are of service and the type of people you align with to be of service together. Collaboration works with the Three of Pentacles, like tribe, you know, the differences about each other as well. I really feel that with the Three of Pentacles, that you're going to learn a lot more if you branch out into areas maybe you didn't expect, or embrace people you didn't expect could teach you something. Everything is a conduit. So I think that there's maybe some cultural differences or age differences or life experience differences in the people you'll be drawing in and in the people that are going to benefit you most at this time. Lots of change. It's happening for the better. I feel like you're co-creating with Spirit to bring this change in. Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. I just saw there as well, because I just always need a little more. And how's that for like owning your own business or stepping up into your workplace or gaining a promotion, or with the 8 to the 10, it's like really building on your skill set to leave a bigger legacy. It's like you're building something that is going to be very successful and you're being divinely guided towards it. Kind of feels like it's a long way off for some people, and this is quite a journey to get there, and maybe you're just at the start. But off we go, and it's going to bring you so much emotional fulfillment and connection. Three of Pentacles, Three of Cups there, Three of Pentacles here. Like it's so good. It's happening for you. All right, I'll stop beating you up with that and we'll move on. Okay, we've got I Reveal My Truth. This is an expressionate card. It almost looks like this person has been through some trauma here and is a little bit shaken. That's the kind of feeling I got. And to have that be the first come out along with that King of Swords, it's like, yeah, you may have been through something really hard and you've had to, like a shock to the system perhaps, and you've really had to just become maybe even ferocious in revealing your truth, speaking your truth, or drawing a boundary. You may have had to take things to the next level, a level you didn't expect to take it to. I'm just getting a little bit feisty as I feel that energy. I am hopeful. I feel Aquarius's energy just by looking at this. Maybe it's the stars on her dress, but yeah. I am hopeful, hoping that the path ahead is going to be bright and offer you so much more experience and knowledge, wisdom as well. It's like I kind of get that feeling as well I had before about just how open the landscape is now, and the opportunities that can come in for you are ones I don't think you even saw coming, like real blessings of experiences. We've got I Am Celebrated. I love that, especially when we see the, Three of Cups, Ten of Cups. And people do want to celebrate. You are celebrated, whether you realize that yet or not. You are already celebrated for the beautiful angelic goddess that you are. Male or female, doesn't matter. Masculine, feminine, like don't come at me. You are celebrated, truly. All right. We have plan your career. We've already talked a bit about this. I'm going to pull it up with financial goals. They came up together. So, this, for those of you about to start study and look in a new direction, change your career, this is absolutely an indication that you're on the right track with that. It's time to really think about the logistics behind it all, setting yourself up, maybe setting your business up and getting clients in, getting your offerings and things out there, learning and shaping your talents, all these things, right? Whether it's to start study or start your business after having finished study, it's time to really invest in that. That's your work right now is most important. We've got set boundaries. It's a great way to put yourself first. This could be with people who feel like you've already done that. Bounce back, all is not lost. Get back up and keep on trying. Own your power. Fix the external by changing the internal. Own your power. There's a lot, yeah. I think whatever changes come in recently, there's so much. They could just keep coming back to how much that is a blessing in disguise, perhaps. Use discernment, see things for what they really are, not for what you want them to be. So there's a lot of logical thinking as we move ahead. I'm not seeing someone who's getting caught up in their emotions, only releasing a time when you once did. That's kind of what I'm feeling there. Like it's releasing, I think, forgiveness for for some of the things you've engaged in. Forgiveness to self, maybe forgiveness to others, whatever. Forgiveness, either way, compassion. Princess of Cups really does speak to that forgiveness, and with strength underneath, it's like a really a softening in the heart. But yeah, having come to accept that's how it is, you can now use your awareness to move forward in your power, rather than giving it away. Own your time, give it meaning, don't let it pass you by. We've talked about it. Be careful who and what you surround yourself with. Yes. I promise you it does get better. 100%. You can see that. You can see that. Let go of the idea that you're not ready. Step onto the stage of your life. Share your talents, share your color, your brightness. You'll be a great success, but you'll have to go through it to get there. There's lessons to be learned. It's a journey, an ever unfolding journey, and you're learning so much along the way. Don't hold yourself back out of fear of not being good enough or not having what it takes, because you really do. And don't spend too much time in despair. Move through the emotions and release it. What else did I have? Yeah, that's right. Angel and Goddess were the other two cards. I think that's all I've got for you here today. Yeah, so helping those in need with no expectation of return. And feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality. I think these are just your innate, natural ways of being, Goddess and Angel. I do feel a real sweetness from group 2, especially because you chose this crystal, you know, rhodonite. All right, group 2, I'm going to leave it there for you beautiful people. I hope that reading gave you some sort of comfort, clarity, or guidance, and I look forward to reading for you all again soon. Bye, group 2. Hey, group 3, and welcome to your reading. If you chose the pink quartz obelisk, then this one is for you. So pink quartz is the stone of self-love, compassion, forgiveness, and receptivity, birth and creation. And the obelisk is a symbol of rebirth, restructuring, and creation as well. So I feel like it's also a symbol of commitment and a strong foundation and growth. So building from the bottom up sort of energy, right? Group 3, let's jump into some of the energies here. I can see Libra is here, so is Leo. So is Venus in Virgo. So is Taurus, Gemini, Aquarius energy on the table as well. Leo, did I say that? Cancer and Pisces. Capricorn, a lot more energies today than the other readings. So yeah, maybe looking into where those energies are in your chart, or did I say Libra? I did. Right. Let's jump into the past energy for group 3. We're starting with the Magician, the Hierophant, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Lovers. This is the Pastel Journey Tarot. I'll put the link in the description box below. It's such a pretty deck. New and very excited to connect with it. It feels so soft and nice. Like, yeah, if you're a reader, you might like to play with this deck one day. Anyway, Magician, Hierophant, Ace of Pentacles, Lovers. This is a really positive energy for the past, considering what I can see on the table. So let's just break it down slowly. You have clearly manifested some opportunity here in the recent past to commit to life in a different way. Maybe you're showing up at a new job. Maybe you're showing up in a new way with relationships, or just with yourself, your self-care and the direction forward. It's time for a deeper sense of commitment. You've clearly achieved something here in the past with this beautiful Magician, Hierophant, Ace of Pentacles, Lovers. All of this is a blessing. It's there's maybe a new relationship that you really wanted that has come in to your experience, into your reality. Maybe it's that job you always wanted, or something along the lines of your destiny, your path, whether it's full of prosperity and potential at this point. So I feel like it's going to take your commitment, and it's going to take faith, like a different level of faith. We'll see in the week ahead, because there is a bump in the road coming, which I will warn you about and get to. But right now, the energy you find yourself in is that of commitment and understanding, self-love and prosperity, caring for your health, and sort of just maybe even starting again for some people here. I definitely see you stepping into roles of leadership and teaching, or guiding other people, or bringing opportunities to people, advocacy for people. I get a lot about I'm feeling like a really important job role in this energy as well. So that may resonate with you, that you're really stepping into a role of more responsibility, or being able to be helpful and effective to people, to bring people together perhaps as well. So the Ace of Pentacles and the Lovers, it's like this beautiful opportunity has come from the heavens or something like this, even if it seems like right now, what opportunity for some people, you know, because there's a big amount of change happening here as well, and there's a real need to clarify your desires, really cut through the BS and really get serious and honest about what it is you want, what it is you want to engage in, where you want to feed your energy to, because it's very dependent on where you head from here. But this is an opportunity. There's an opportunity here. I don't know if you see it or not. I'm wondering, some people maybe don't see the opportunity yet, but it's here. You got to. Come on. Magician. Let me see over here. The High Priestess. Yes. The Six of Pentacles. Yes. This is yeah, that's what I was feeling. Like an opportunity to give, to be of service, to guide, to teach, to share your wisdom, to share your love. You've got an offering here. It's beautiful. Believe in it. Believe in how far you've come as well. Don't give up now if that's something you're feeling a little bit like pressure, or maybe there's not the results you'd hoped, or maybe you're still at the start, so you're not so certain if this is the right path. Let me tell you now, it is the right path. We've got this beautiful Seven of Pentacles as the underlying energy for this reading. So this is asking you to not give up, to keep on chipping away. See how far you've come, acknowledge that, and just keep showing up every day and tending to this project, to this passion, whatever this investment is. Keep putting your energy into it, keep putting your time into it, maybe putting your finances into it. The Nine of Cups, it's going to bring you so much fulfillment. This is a blessing. This is what you want. Okay, so let's move into the future energies and where it's at for you right now. So I got some confirmations, we'll grab them in a minute. We do start with the Star. So, you know, this is a beautiful energy coming from the Lovers, the Magician. Like, come on, this is really realigning. I feel like it's giving you a sense of optimism and hope about the path ahead. Now we do have the Moon, the Devil, and the Eight of Swords cropping up in your week as well. So look, when I saw the Star and the Moon, I did feel like this is you digging through some of your own, maybe before the Devil even came out, I did see this as maybe you're identifying some of your hang on. Make sure that's, sorry if I just hurt your ears or you had a thing in. I don't know if it slipped down, but what was I going to say? Yeah, I feel like some of you are identifying your tendency to repeat old patterns or step into codependent dynamics. If you have come out of an old relationship and you're starting a new one, say, and there's some old patterns in that past relationship that you see you might easily slip yourself into, you're identifying those so that doesn't happen again. I feel like you're finding healing, and I really do feel like you're shedding a lot of light and healing into those areas, those subconscious patterns, those fears, those areas of life that would enable another and disable your power, perhaps, or just, not healthy choices. Maybe it's running away from facing success. Maybe your fear of success ends in self-sabotaging behavior. That could be the case. And there's an opportunity for that in the week ahead to either sabotage or identify. And you've got what it takes here, especially hopefully with this warning, as there's something popping up. Maybe it's from your past, maybe it's an addiction issue, whatever it is, it's held you in this place of fear and entrapment, self-doubt, helplessness, uncertainty, completely debilitating, whatever this is, okay, with the devil energy. So before that devil even came out, codependence felt really strong here. So if you have moved into a new relationship, please do maintain a balance and, stay connected to you, stay nice and grounded. Don't lose yourself in the process of meeting another, that whole thing. This is a time to really get to know you, the star and the moon. This is some really deep, inquisitive energy about your own tendencies to self-sabotage, perhaps. Or allow other people in. Again, self-sabotage, your choice, right? It's like it may be external, it may be your behavior, you'll know. Either way, it leaves you in this Eight of Swords feeling. So the quick advice, even though we'll get to that again soon, the advice, and it trickles over, the advice on when this does pop up, I've just had to ask, okay, what do you advise them to do, Spirit, in this moment? Six of Swords, Two of Wands. Don't engage. Straight up, don't engage. Don't feed it. Don't connect. Don't engage. Don't repeat that whole thing. This is time for you to disconnect from chaotic energy and find a more calm place. This is time for you to absolutely believe in this new opportunity that's perhaps come for you in the recent past and stay the course, stick it out. Don't go back to the old. Don't do that, okay? Just keep working towards what you're working towards. Even if you can't see the results yet, you need to have faith here. And that's what I was saying at the start, like a different kind of faith. You're gonna need that faith to hold you here. Okay? I don't know why I'm holding this again. Maybe you need some pink quartz to hold yourself. This is self-love, self-respect. So do not engage in anything that is not respectful and honoring of your energy. Okay? Right, so when this is likely to pop up in the week ahead. I like these readings to be about the week ahead. So from whenever you connected, it's a temptation, it's a distraction, it's not good, and it may be really hard for you to actually step up and away from it and not engage. There might be something that really pulls you in. That's why the Eight of Swords is there. That's why the moon is there. But I feel as well, I don't know if I said this before, I don't know, I got all jumbled at the start there, but I do feel as well for some of you, this is about learning astrology and learning about how some of the current influences or some of the natal aspects in your chart can perhaps influence you in certain areas. And once you have self-awareness of these aspects, you can perhaps counter them or work with them to benefit your path ahead, to benefit yourself and your personal growth. So, yeah. Where do I want to go from here? There's only one way. Maybe a message within itself. So the challenge, we have the Four of Pentacles, Princess of Swords, Five of Cups, Knight of Cups. This is hard. Okay. So we've certainly got a holding on to the past pain still here. Perhaps quite a great deal. This could be a person from the past. I do get the feeling for some of you that this is a person that's going to crop back up and you need to address that this time properly, professionally perhaps, maybe legally. You'll know what you need in that regard. It's going to be hard though, I feel like it's going to be a challenge, but you've got it. You've got it, okay? Just 11:11 on my recording when I just looked up then. So you are so blessed, you are so held. Please pray for help. Please ask other friends for help if you need it. Ask professionals for help if you need it. Maybe, I'm not going to go listing into the types of things you might need, but you might need help here. So your challenge could be somebody who's not letting go of you as well. With this Four of Pentacles, Princess of Swords, it could be someone who's holding on to you or the past or very tightly, or maybe even keeping a very close eye on you. This could be stalking energy. This can be really, really hard to move through. This Knight of Cups may be an external person who is perhaps not very mature, especially with the Five of Cups behind them. It might be someone who gives you a lot of promises but doesn't actually deliver in anything solid, so you're turning your back on them. With the Five of Cups, it's really hard to turn your back on this person, I'm feeling, or this thing. It's so hard to turn your back on. This could be alcohol or drugs as well, I'm getting, with the Devil there, Knight of Cups, and you're really, like, it's such a place that maybe numbs the pain, or you don't have to think anymore, or it just, whatever, all the reasons why we run to these vices. And it may be really, really hard for you to not run back there this time, but you can do it. It may leave you in this place of sadness and having to move through those emotions rather than running away from them, but you can move through that. You can hold yourself, you can do this, you can protect yourself as well. I'm getting here quite strongly. There's a lot to be learned about your capabilities. I just feel like there's a blessing in moving through the turmoil here, as hard as it may be when this comes to pass, or maybe you're already in it and it is hard. It's going to be worth it for you to protect your energy, to defend yourself, to get legal protection if that is necessary, to speak to people, ask for help, pray for help. It may not be that dire and serious for everybody, but some people it will be. So let's just honor that, okay? Now, this is so good. I like this. We'll put them back how it was. And now what helps with the challenge, first card out was the Ace of Swords. And when it fell on the table, it's pointed directly at the Eight of Swords. Cut through the bullshit. Sorry, BS. Cut through the crap, clarify your desires. And then it was so amazing because later on in the pull, another card came out to fall on it again, clarify your desires. And it was just perfect. Look at all these swords cutting clear through the crap. Like, you know what you want in your life, you know what you don't, you know what you will tolerate and are willing to tolerate, and what you are not any longer. So, where are we? Ace of Swords, cutting through. You can free yourself, this is saying. Only you are going to free yourself, and you can. That doesn't mean don't ask for help and that you won't be helped and can't be helped, but it's going to have to start with you as well. Magician is there. You have got the resources and the capabilities to commit to a new beginning that is going to honor you. All right. Ace of Swords. Now, this is in what will help with this challenge we see here. The Ten of Wands is here as well. So is the Three of Wands and the Strength card, Leo's energy. How did that go? So this is also, what is going to help here is to, again, cut through the BS, clarify your desires, speak your truth perhaps. There you are holding on to a lot from the past. I can see that there with the Four of Pentacles as well. Maybe it's past experiences are blocking you from opening up to new experiences and letting your heart receive. The pink quartz is a card. It is a crystal of receptivity and healing and feminine beauty and care, all of these beautiful softer qualities. So I'm getting a motherly energy now as well. So you may be needing that motherly care, and it doesn't always mean that we can turn to the biological mother or the mother we had in our life. Sometimes that comes through mothering ourselves or other people who can provide us with that sort of nurturing and compassion and unconditional love. Turn to Spirit. She's got you. Anyway, Ace of Swords, Ten of Wands. Yeah, it's really time to put down all that you are carrying and allow yourself to have a new beginning here. With the Three of Wands, we have the Two of Wands in your advice. The Three of Wands is to continue to committing to this different path. Maybe you feel like you're having to do it all and you're just needing to take one step at a time and allow it to come in as well. So keep aligning to what you want. Keep clarifying what you want, writing it down, speaking it. Speaking it is a great thing, just even to strangers, or with friends. So maybe don't harass every stranger out there, but you know what I mean? Like, if there's something you want to invite into your world, don't be afraid to speak it. I think sometimes we get afraid of speaking about our goals and desires, keep them close to our chest out of fear of failure or sudden expectation that becomes landed on us for having spoken it. But I think that it also weaves into our narrative a lot nicer, and it invites in a lot of help. And our words are our spells, so speak about what you love, speak about what you're passionate about, speak about what you don't want, clarify that, learn to say no here perhaps. With strength, it is asking you to have the courage perhaps to not engage as well. Like strength is about, usually there's a few different depictions. Often she's like, caressing the beautiful lion, and other times the lion is ferocious and she's got to hold it back. Because there's certain things that you don't need to engage in anymore. Even if it feels like you need to, like have your last say or whatever, I don't think that's necessary. It's more like it's time to cut and leave or something like that. So over into further guidance, Justice, 3 of Cups, 4 of Wands, 8 of Cups. Beautiful. Okay, so there's a celebration here in regards to justice. It may be that you're seeking retribution for an issue or protection or some sort of legal assistance, and that is a really strong indication that there is a successful outcome for you with the 3 of Cups, 4 of Wands. A successful outcome that maybe protects your home, maybe it secures your home, maybe it secures your family, or it can be so many things here. But this is a move that brings you into a better place. It is leaving behind what doesn't serve you, absolutely. And look, I'm going to pull this one up as well. I release what doesn't serve me in the, what is it, Personal Power, I think, deck. We'll get to it. It'll be in the description box below, but it really, it is, like, see what I mean? The start of this reading was so much power, Magician, Ace of Pentacles, Hierophant, Lovers, like a real redirection into your power, a new beginning to really utilize your wisdom and step up and like really just utilize it, whether you're sharing it with others or not. I think it's more about how you, leading by example. I feel like you have that, people do watch you. So, and whether that's your children or the people that just idolize you, maybe, people are watching you. So, maybe not everyone, but I do feel like you're influential in parts of your areas of life. And so I think just, stepping into your own wisdom is going to create a ripple effect in the community around you when you really honor, love and respect yourself and step into your power here and away from self-sabotage or whatever else that might be that you're aware of. 8 of Cups here. Yeah, so there's a beautiful celebration coming for you. There's a realignment, there's a rebalancing of rebalancing of justice, a deliverance of justice, a deliverance of your truth that is here quite a bit. 8 of Cups. There's certainly for a lot of you here as well some sort of shift in your community circle, your social circle here, where you're getting to realign with people that are more supportive of where you're at right now. And if can also be about re-engaging with friends from the past you haven't had much time for, maybe, or catching up with someone you haven't seen in a bit. That might be a reunion energy here. Someone's coming to stay at your place for a little while, or maybe you're going to stay with them. But there's a lot to look forward to. There's a challenge on the path ahead. You've got what it takes to face it. I really hope you get support during that time and don't isolate. And there's good things on the path ahead as well. So there's a bump, you can face it, but there's also blessings too. So, it's a mixed bag for you this week, Group 3. And I keep dropping your mic. I kind of felt that way before I started this recording. That happens to me sometimes where I don't particularly want to start for Group 3 sometimes. And I wonder if that's probably connecting to how you guys might be feeling. You're not too keen to get started maybe, or not too certain. I think there was this feeling of high expectation on self as well when I was shuffling, and I'm like, hang on, I've got to remove all preconceived ideas here and come in fresh. So I went and grounded, go out in the grass, come back fresh. So that might be what you're needing too sometimes. Outcome energy over here, 5 of Swords, the Sun, the 9 of Pentacles. I'm just excited because I found out recently the 9 of Pentacles is Venus in Virgo's energy, and I do really, really love that energy, and that's where my Venus is, and I find it quite independent and just so connected to life and nature, and nothing outside of you will fulfill you, sort of thing. Just really being contented in what you have and where you're at. So I do really love that. So 5 of Swords, the Sun, the 9 of Pentacles. And just as I spoke, that's where you're headed. Being contented on your own, perhaps, if you've had a big ending. The 5 of Swords is a battle. I'm getting the Sailor Moon energy from the imagery here. But you're truly turning your back on it. Again, this Sun card has come up for every reading so far. And each time it's come out, I'm pretty sure it's been this depiction of turning her back on something. I think. I can't totally recall now, but I'm pretty sure. And you're turning your back on battles, on hang on, I'm sorry, I'm swearing. I'm just got really annoyed for a second there. I just feels like what a waste of life, or what a waste of energy or something. And just, I don't even want to look at it. It's like, I want to swear a lot right now. I don't know who I'm channeling or what is going on, but there's so many things I want to say. Like, far out. Okay, group 3, let's put it down. I didn't even put a cup of tea or water on the table. That is intense. It's the lack of closure, I think, that might be bothering some people here. And the fact that it keeps coming to provoke, perhaps. I feel like I want to vomit, I want to scream, there's so much on my chest and I want to get it out. It's quite awful. So if this is your experience, if you're feeling this thing or energy that just comes up and it hits you in a chakra area or some part of your body, or you're just, I can feel it, maybe you can too, you may be needing a little bit of help with releasing that. So maybe a nice healing session, a Reiki session, a kinesiology session, whatever modality works for you. Maybe try something different, but there's certainly some things here that you might need to go through with someone, or a bit of help in releasing, because I feel so angry about it. And yeah, I don't even know what else to say. Keep slipping that microphone today. All right, let's just turn our back on this, okay? Because it is what it is. It's unnecessary drama. It's lack of closure. It's endings that hurt. Nobody really wins in this situation. That's why it feels like such a damn waste of time, or a waste of energy. Just put it down again. Get off me. Moving into the Sun. Moving into that growth, okay? Letting the sun shine back in and really open things up for you here. Open up a new perspective. Really just totally leaving that behind. There's nothing you can do about it, I feel. Like it just is what it is. So just keep on moving into contentment, into your own happiness here. Seeking out the light, seeking out the wisdom, and just bringing the magic into the everyday life. Bringing it in, enjoying your routines, enjoying getting back connected with nature and connected with you, just really filling your own cup, feeling really content, enjoying your environment, tweaking your environment, making your home more bright, beautiful, more fresh light, maybe some more flowers, things like this, enjoying a bit of gardening time. I know up north you're heading into the spring, so it's all of that. Come on and get this new garden bed ready for what's yet to grow. There's a new amount of growth. There's such a big, beautiful chapter ahead of you, but it's like part of the past has still got its hook in, and we've got to cut it out. That's what I'm feeling there. 7 of Pentacles, again, don't give up. Oh, and look, 10 of Swords is behind it. All right. 10 of Swords is, we should speak on that, as not everyone knows what the 10 of Swords even means. It is a card of endings. It can be literal death, or an end of a relationship. There's no more room left for her to be stabbed here. But isn't she sweet, actually? It's interesting, the depiction. She's kind of like, what else have you got? I don't think you can be scared easily here. There's an opportunity. 3 of Swords. There's an opportunity in your pain. There is an opportunity for growth here. For 2 of Cups, for you to find something, someone, a group, whatever, that is more compassionate towards you. Keep investing in yourself, in your business, in your work, in your wisdom, because it is going to pay off. All right. Now, we have, love this deck, the personal power deck. I trust in divine timing. I love that. Stick it out. With the 7 of Pentacles message about sticking it out, do trust in divine timing of your life, and that everything has a time to flower. And everything has a time to fall away too. I tune out negative people and thoughts. Yeah, don't let whatever this is trap you. You don't need to feel this way anymore. You can just let yourself be gracefully moved into a calmer time, maybe a quieter time, but that will then be filled with more experience and love eventually. Just allow yourself to go through the release I'm feeling there, because the next card is I release what does not serve me. Let the tears fall. Let the expression come out. Again, that feeling I had before, I forgot to mention because I was so consumed by it, that sometimes dancing, maybe you've never done that before, maybe it's a practice you love, but dancing can be a really great way to get some things off the chest and off the throat. It really clears that place up because we really can hold that expression there, that the things we haven't said. And that dance doesn't have to look like anything sensual or professional. It just is an expression of you, how you're feeling. Every little part of your body, your head, your neck, your toes, whatever. Just express and get it out. It can be really beneficial. Or going for a run, or just something to really, I just feel like there's a bit of energy that needs releasing there, and it's frustrating. If you don't resonate with that, that's cool. All right, with greater awareness, you will find the answers you're looking for. With greater awareness of your tendencies to self-sabotage, perhaps, with your awareness of maybe your lack of confidence or belief in your ability to really break a cycle or step into your power here with what you actually have to offer the world, because you are very powerful, very talented person. Let go of the idea that you're not ready. Don't dwell on what might be on the other side of that closed door. Don't spend too much time in despair. Move through the emotions and release it. Release it through dance, through expression. Don't hold it in. Don't run from it. Don't take, whatever's drugs or drinking or whatever vices to numb. Move through it. Transmute it. You're a magician, you can do this. You've got the Hierophant next to that, so there's a lot of rituals and practices and opportunities you're already aware of that will help you with this healing, with this realignment, because the angels are working with you here. Absolutely, I'm getting that real Mother Mary energy in this reading quite strongly. You will be a great success, but you will have to go through it to get there. There's lessons to be learned. This test that comes up is that. There's a test coming and you're going to pass it, and that's what this is about as well. You'll have to go through it, but that's the thing. You're going to pass this lesson because you'll face the test and you'll choose what is right for you. I do feel, despite the frustration, you're on your way to making all of your dreams come true, and be careful what and who you surround yourself with. How perfect. There's a couple more cards here, I think. Yes, we have the Seeker, thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. We also have the inability to commit to a path once found. So just keep that in mind, that maybe you've been on this path before of self-love, healing and redirection into your purpose, and something came and distracted you. Got a similar message for group 2. But to commit to your path, even when you're not fully seeing the results yet, keep showing up and they will come. The results will come. We've also got Mystic, revels in intimate union with the divine. That's what I was feeling before too. Really, let the mother hold you right now. Connect in with spirit, use your rituals, use your practices to help move through, transmute and reconnect. We have that beautiful clarify your desires with that Ace of Swords. I loved it because it was just absolutely pointing up at the 8. You don't need to be here anymore. Free yourself. Free yourself. Let yourself be gracefully moved. Merrily, merrily, merrily. Is that, what is it? Row, row, row your boat. That's the one. I had that in my head when I saw it too. Just life is but a dream. Crystal healing. And maybe something you want. Yeah, I did feel that too with the pink quartz. Maybe just holding some pink quartz is going to help you soften and feel that connectedness. Crystals are a great communication tool to other beings. Hydrate, drinking lots of water, maybe going for a swim too, maybe a salt bath might be really helpful. But hydrate, drinking lots of water. Sometimes we completely forget to do that. And maybe instead of, if you're somebody who drinks a lot of flavoured drinks or high sugar drinks or anything like that, maybe just swap it up for water for a bit, just to give yourself a bit of a flush and see how that feels as well. Create a routine. Helps you limit procrastination and give you structure. What do I want to say about this? What did I see? I'm not sure if I'm blurring group 2 and group 3 now, because I think I'm carrying a message on from that group in regards to this, because I'm not seeing it here so much. But yeah, okay, I can still obviously create a routine. You're going to need a bit of structure if you're going to commit to this path ahead, I would say, especially to stop you from derailing or being distracted or pulled back into the past or a different path. Creating a routine that is encompassing all of those qualities that you would like to embody in your life. The routine doesn't have to be all about achievement and production. Like, you got to fit some things in there that are about self-care and grounding and just being present, letting go of the thoughts and the doing and just being for a little bit. Just put some of that in your routine as well. Home needs TLC. This can be a really therapeutic thing to sort through. A bit of spring cleaning, a bit of releasing the things we don't need anymore, donating and passing them on, things you haven't touched or used in a year or more that are perhaps still sitting there. Someone else could bring life into those, and it could create space in your home. Maybe also reflecting a release of some mental clutter as well. And challenge yourself. Again, when this thing comes up, whatever it is, this behavior or person or situation that's a test in the very near future, may trigger some of your fears or fear responses, but you've got to challenge yourself here to do better and be better. Don't set limits on your potential. Is that all I have? I think that's all I have for you, group 3. I want to keep reading. I want more. I think that's all I've got. Let's just grab one over here. 2 of Pentacles. And the 6 of Cups, 7 of Cups. Yeah, see that? It's like part of you is like juggling the past and going back to that and old patterns. And the reason that may be even tempting is because the future looks a little elusive still, or a little like there's maybe a lot of options. You're not too certain which one to do or grab. Queen of Pentacles, grab yourself. Okay, let's stop there. I feel like it's a bit just about honouring the season you're in as well. So group 3, I'm going to leave that there for you beautiful people. I hope this reading gave you some sort of comfort, clarity or guidance, and I look forward to reading for you all again soon. Bye group 3.